Okay, so I've never done a live before, so I thought I'd do a video first so that if I messed up or did something wrong, that I could delete it and redo it. Anyways, I was.
You are building something from the ground up, there are a lot of times that you can get stuck and you can get frustrated because you're not sure how to make it perfect, or it's not good enough for you, or you're trying to like find other people who have done it and try to take some pointers and trying to take some ideas. Like cleaning up my room, and I found this and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw it out. But then something told me to open it because I was like, what? Like, I don't know what is on this paper, right? So I open it, guys, and this is why people say the word is alive, okay? I'm going to tell you why. On this paper, it says, Isaiah 43:19, behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Number one, thank God I didn't throw this out. This was not garbage. Number two, I don't know. This is my handwriting, but I don't remember ever writing this. And why would I have it on a small piece of paper? Number three, it's exactly what I needed to hear. Hi. So if you are just jumping on, guys, I'll just make this really quick. I was cleaning up my room. I found a piece of paper rolled up. I was going to throw it out. Something told me not to throw it out, and I opened it, and it is the verse, Isaiah 43:19. Again, I will read it. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I believe that that was a word for me, and I believe that for someone watching this or someone who will watch this, this is a word for you.
Who am I really? My answer is I am God's child. I am that which is born of all that is. I am, as Pierre de Chardin said, a spiritual being having a human experience. Come trailing the breath of the ancestors yet, but trailing the breath of the angels. And understanding that because I am connected to the source of all that is possible for me. And what do I want? I don't want to just be successful in the world. I don't want to just make a mark or have a legacy. The answer to that question for me is I want to fulfill the highest, truest expression of myself as a human being. I want to fulfill the promise that the Creator dreamed when He dreamed the cells that made up me. What do I want? You must have some kind of vision for your life. Even if you don't know the plan, you have to have a direction in which you choose to go. I never was the kind of woman who liked to get in a car and just go for a ride. You want to be in the driver's seat of your own life, because if you're not, life will drive you. Knowing who you really are in this space and time that we embody. That's number one. What do you want? Who are you? Number two, you must find a way to serve. Martin Luther King said that not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. Now, we live in a world where everybody wants to be famous and where we admire people for just being famous. We think being known brings us value. The truth is, all of that will fade in time. Service and the significance that you bring to your service is that which is lasting. So to be able to, whatever your occupation or job or talent or gift is, our honorees today getting doctorate degrees, to apparently opposite fields, HIV and AIDS and the spoken word. But what they have in common is service, using the spoken word in service to community in the world. using your knowledge and information about HIV and AIDS and medicine in service to the world. And if you look at all the most successful people in the world, whether they know it or not, they have that paradigm of service. Service through medicine, service through art. Using whatever it is you produce, your product, as a way of giving back to the world. When you shift the paradigm of whatever it is you choose to do to service, and you bring significance to that, success will, I promise you, follow you. Be excellent. Let excellence be your brand. Everybody talks about building a brand. I never even knew what that was. When people say, you're a brand, I would say, no, I'm just Oprah. What I recognize now is that my choice to, in every way, in every example, in every experience, to do the right thing and the excellent thing is what has created the brand. Years ago, I did an ad for Revlon for an ad they were doing called Unforgettable Women. And what I know is that when you are excellent, you become unforgettable. People remember you. You stand out. Regardless of what it is, you become an unforgettable woman. And that is what we all want. We want to be unforgettable and not forgettable. So doing the right thing, even when nobody knows you're doing the right thing, will always bring the right thing to you. I promise you that. Why? Because the third law of motion is always at work. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That is so true in all of our lives. Everything you even try to do to me, already done to you. So you don't have to worry about revenge or getting back at somebody, making sure they pay. You just have to do the right thing, and the right thing will follow you even when people don't support it. I remember many times on my show, there are many shows y'all never saw. And the reason you didn't see them is because I got the last vote. The most important thing I have come to know in doing the right thing and making the right choices is understanding what we talked about yesterday. All of you leaving here have the potential for enormous success. There's a price that comes with that. People don't always like you, and they're not always happy for you. And if you surround yourself with people who are not accustomed to your success, they become fearful, they become scared, because you are reflecting back something to them that they don't recognize. People who want the best for you want you to be your best. So my greatest advice to you is to surround yourself with people who are going to fill your cup until your cup runneth over. I'm so full, my cup runneth over. And to know that once your cup runneth over, you cannot spend your life with your gallon-size offerings, offering them to pint-sized people. You have got to surround yourself with gallon-sized people who can hang in the same company with you, so that you're not offering your gallons to those little pints out there who can't hold it anyway. The biggest choices begin and end with you, your internal big questions. Who do I want to be in the world? My relationship to source energy, to all that is God. Your experience of that which is all life which is
silence
divine
inside
and
themselves,
universal.
thinking that
Being
they aren't as good as
connected and
everyone else.
aligned
And
with
it's
that.
just not true.
When
It's
you
just not true.
are
And I did that to myself for a
tuned
good,
in
good
and
many
charged
years.
into
And
that, whenever
you know,
you
some of the
feel
best
empty,
medicine ever
you go
is having
inside
children,
yourself and you
because
connect
children
to the
tell you that you're
source,
fabulous,
and
and
you know
children
that
say I love
all
you, like
things
I love you
are
just flows
possible.
out of their mouth like sunshine. You know, it's just, they're so good by nature. And the only way kids go, you know, not as kind is from adults that place labels on them and hurt them and do things to them that make them, you know, quiver and not become these like strong little human beings that they can become. But, you know, kids who are fed a lot of love and comfort and joy in their life, they are just such amazing creatures, and all kids are. And we could find, if we could find in ourselves to be a child a little bit more and give each other a break, say I love you more, be a little bit more loving, you know, and shake it off all that crap that people put out there and project on you. You can absolutely do anything that you want in this world. Anything. I'm not kidding, anything. And I am an example of that. And I'm here to tell you that you can do everything that I've done for myself. And it's just confidence. It's building confidence within yourself. And it's, people can teach you confidence, but it's really about doing a lot of really uncomfortable things in your life until they get really comfortable. And
think about what's the holy grail between somebody taking action or not. It's one word: certainty. When somebody is absolutely certain, they, you know, the common word is believe, right? But, you know, you can believe at a general level or you can believe with certain. When you're absolutely certain that if I do this, it's going to get that result and that result's going to change my life, you'll do it. When you think it absolutely is not going to work, you're never going to do it. The middle no man's land of maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, that's the piece that kills people, right? So if it's a must for you, you got to make it work, right? In our case, right? That's an example. If it's not a must for you and you're not sure, you don't know what to do. So years ago, I'd look around and say, okay, how do people get themselves to follow through that haven't been following through? What's the difference? And I started interviewing hundreds of people, literally, and eventually thousands, because I had thousands of my events. So I'd ask the group to give me their feedback. And I came up with this model. It's like the holy grail of belief, or the holy grail of momentum. It's like the difference between what makes the rich get richer and the poor get poor, right? And the difference we all know is mindset, but like, how's that built? So this is what I did. I created stupid little 4 little boxes, and I'll scribble it here for you. You think about the first thing that determines whether you can do something or not, and I put that in this first box at the top here on the left side, and it's potential. Like, what's the potential of a human being? Like, when you guys started, you proved something no one had done in history. You ran the 4-minute mile, right? For golly knows how many centuries, they're trying to run a 4-minute mile. Roger Bannister does it. How did he do it? Do you remember? You did it in this industry, right? You made $1 million in a day. No one had ever done that in history, right? After you did it, a bunch of other guys are doing it because it became possible. Roger Bannister didn't just go physically practice. He made a shift in his head. He practiced in his head because he could never achieve it physically, so he had to change in his head first so that the result became certain enough he believed it, and then his body got him through. After Roger Bannister ran that 4-minute mile, within 2 years, 37 people ran a 4-minute mile.